Two legends together on screen. We got MrBeast and CR7 teaming up before GTA 6. 2024 really is bringing all the surprises. Cristiano Ronaldo even declared, "I meet MrBeast to break the internet." And yeah, it kinda did, but something about the whole podcast feels, well, awkward. The vibe and the conversation are just off in some way. You'll have to watch and decide for yourself. Both teams, MrBeast's and Ronaldo's, came together to make this epic collaboration happen. I mean, the king of YouTube teaming up with the ultimate GOAT of football? That's some next level crossover. When the video dropped, people lost their minds. It was like a dream, two legends from entirely different worlds teaming up. It felt impossible, but here we are. Now let me tell you what happened. At first I was hyped, but as the video unfolded, something felt off.
No, see, he wouldn't do it because he's obviously way more famous than me. And when I sit in a normal seat, you have people running up and down the aisle going, "Can we have a photo, photo, photo?" And like for him, like the entire plane would just turn into a photo booth. It would be, it would be insane.
Like seriously, who forced them to do this? The vibes were just weird. Almost like they were checking off a business deal rather than enjoying a fun conversation. And then came the first question.
What you felt when you saw when I started the channel?
Yeah. I knew it was gonna, honestly, I thought you were gonna do like 20, 30 million in the first month. When you did 60, I was like, oh my gosh. Like the most ever gained in a month before you was 20 million. And that was us. And so 60 is like.
Oh boy. CR7, the icon with billions of followers, literally the most followed human on Instagram, was asked how YouTube could impact his career. The obvious answer, it's Ronaldo. His career would zoom to new heights. But MrBeast's reply?
Probably 13 years.
13 años.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me like.
You think I'm gonna beat you? You think honest?
No.
You think honest?
No.
Let's just say it wasn't the smoothest moment. It felt like a harsh -5 on the vibe meter.
It depends what you start doing. If you start having other footballers on here and you start like reacting to your biggest plays, I think that will crush. So if you get in a rhythm, I think you can make some killer content.
Sure, MrBeast is all about content creation. That's his whole world. But dude, you didn't have to put it like that. We get it. Content is king. Whether it's football or YouTube, it all comes down to the audience.
Content that isn't like.
But
too
this
hard
record is for you.
I
don't want to beat that record, honest.
Well, you have 1 billion followers. I want to have 1 billion subscribers on YouTube. So
imagine.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but yeah.
Take a while.
Right now we're on 320 million.
Did you see my YouTube channel?
Of course. Yeah.
What do you think?
Obviously, you're still a professional football player and you have a lot going on, so I think you're doing your best. I think your greatest asset is anyone will film with you, so you could have so many cool collabs, kind of like this one. Like, you should have Tom Brady pop in for a video, Speed, you should have like all these big names, you know? And
Oh, and the cherry on top? MrBeast mentioned Speed. It was kind of sweet, honestly. That moment felt real, like he was genuinely appreciating someone. But overall, the whole thing gave major, awkward first date energy.
Something easy for you would be like, after a big game, if you just hopped on the mic and like did a 5-minute podcast where you talked about it, like that'd be super low lift.
This was a collab we never expected to see. Iconic? Yes. Perfect. Not quite.
Yeah, I mean, his team's back here, so I'm also looking at them like, bro, could you imagine if Ronaldo did a video reacting to his 10 greatest goals? You know how crazy that would be? Like you know that goal where you did the bicycle kicks? I've seen that at least 100 times. I would love to know what you were thinking when you just decided to bicycle kick the fucking soccer or football, you know what I mean?
I mean, talking about football and turning it into YouTube content, Ronaldo's like, yeah, okay, so what?
How'd you feel when you hit 1 billion followers across everything? Most followed man on the planet here.
It's good achievement, but not surprised me, to be honest. I know the passion that people have for me and for the football as well.
Yeah.
For the career that I still do it, and I felt that passion. So for me, not surprised, I feel happy, but in the same way, not surprised.
And honestly, I kind of feel bad for both of them. It's as if someone locked them in a room and said, you two must make this work for the internet. The awkwardness is visibly so bad. Now, MrBeast, let's cut him some slack. If you've been following him for a while, you know he's not exactly a natural conversationalist with people he just met.
yes.
Exactly. Everyone's always like, oh, you should celebrate. It's like, why? We
You
gotta
are,
keep
yes,
grinding.
yes, yes. I feel the same way.
The guy is great with his core team, but when it comes to talking to someone completely new, yeah, he could probably use a script for that. And here, it really feels like no one prepped them. Like, they were just thrown together and told, hey, you're MrBeast. Hey, you're Ronaldo. Now talk. And then, at one point, it's clear they're scrambling for topics. Random stuff starts coming up. Like, yeah, podcasts are supposed to be unscripted and chill, but let's be real. A little structure never hurts. And then the thumbnail conversation happens.
So on YouTube, when people get recommended a video, you know how that image pops up?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
You told
called a
me now.
thumbnail. I'm known for my thumbnails, but so I'll give you a few tricks.
Okay.
So usually in the thumbnail, you put your face.
Okay.
Whenever you take the photos of your face, keep your mouth closed. Like I used to do this with an open mouth. People hate it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they say it's cringe. So keep your mouth closed and just like get some good high quality images of your face. Your team can put them in the thumbnail.
I mean, seriously, a full discussion about thumbnails? MrBeast is trying so hard to keep the conversation alive. Understandable, you can't just sit there in silence. But thumbnails? To Ronaldo, the guy with a massive team handling everything for him? Thumbnails are probably the last thing Ronaldo even thinks about. He's out here to deliver content, not sweat the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So what you'll do, you want to show expression. So you'll just be like, but it's cringe because there's 30 people watching me. All right, next question. No, I'm kidding.
It's like the conversation just drifted into no man's land, and both of them were stuck trying to find their way back. MrBeast's introverted side is really showing here. He's grasping at straws to keep things flowing.
When we go anywhere in South America, it gets pretty crazy.
South America.
Yeah, when we, like one time we were in Chile and like we were in a hotel and like fans literally surrounded the hotel and started knocking on every door. I mean, I'm sure you've had weird stuff like this happen and we had to like leave the hotel. I've been kicked out of hotels because so many fans like sit in the hotel lobby. And that mostly happens when we're in South America. In America, people are like a little bit more chill. I don't know why. But when we go international, like they're like a whole different breed. I guess it's because like not many famous people like really, or creators from our world like visit South America a lot. So when they do, it's like a big deal.
Okay. Where do you live?
North Carolina, a tiny town, Greenville.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, there is good. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, I live in my studio, so.
And Ronaldo? He's probably wondering how he ended up in a room talking about YouTube thumbnails when he's, you know, Ronaldo.
I'm gonna ask you, when you think you're gonna retire of this?
Never.
Oh, good.
I'll probably be doing this when I'm 90, 100. I'm like you, I want to live to be over 100. Like, I don't see why with technology advancing, we can't slow down aging. So hopefully
So you're gonna do this forever?
Yeah, I mean, if I stopped, what would I do? Watch TV?
No, maybe you have another passion or something that you...
I just enjoy building businesses. So like, you know, running the channel to me is just like building a company. So.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good to know that.
He is getting harassed by a fly. Someone just clipped this.
What? Like never seen a fly before?
I see it. He's not. I see a fly just attacking his eyes. I think it literally landed on one.
Because honestly, that random fly showing up was the most interesting thing happening for a while. It's like even nature was like, alright, let me help these guys out. This whole thing visually hurt my brain. The conversation was going absolutely nowhere. And then the fly swooped in.
I buried myself alive for 7 days. So
that you did?
Yeah, so this is my coffin. And then they put 20,000 pounds of dirt on me. And I spent a week laying down in a coffin. So I'm under there.
No way.
Cristiano realizing what it means to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, and so people knew it was real. We time-lapsed the whole thing.
But how you feel?
Oh, horrible. I couldn't move for a whole week. There was a fly trapped in the coffin too. So
you didn't move for a whole week?
Yeah, I laid down there. So then if you like skip to the end, this is after 7 days.
Then we get to Ronaldo reacting to MrBeast content. You can just see him processing it like, wait, you do this for videos, the whole 7 days in a coffin, 7 days on a deserted island thing had Ronaldo looking like he was second guessing every life choice that led him to that podcast.
That you've been like...
Laying, yeah. So this is where we had to...
Let's not celebrate.
So that's the medic had to help me up because like they were worried I'd have a blood clot. So a medic had to check me out when I stood up.
But for us, no surprises here. We know how YouTube works. Every YouTuber out there is trying to pull off the next big thing. MrBeast just happens to be the king of it. He figured out how to game the system, and he's been riding that wave ever since. But imagine being Ronaldo, a guy who spent his whole life focused on football, trying to wrap his head around the idea of someone lying in a coffin for views.
But you feel it inside bad, or?
I mean, yeah, it was horrible.
Obviously, laying in a coffin doesn't sound like the best time to him. What did you expect him to say? Oh yeah, it was amazing. I could totally spend my life in there. Come on.
Like a coffin, so the floor's wood. So like my back hurt.
Your back, right?
Yeah. So we did 7 days buried alive. I also did 7 days in solitary confinement in a padded room with no interaction, no time.
Brother, you're crazy, eh?
Yeah, that one was brutal. Tyler, what else did we do? I did 7 days on a deserted island, which made me want to die. 7 days stranded on a raft. 7 days. Yeah, 7 days in an underground city, 7 days in an abandoned city. So my fans love to see me suffer, so I just do things that make me miserable, and they find it funny.
Wow.
So
It's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. That's all what he gets after he literally told him about his entire career. Then there's MrBeast, showing Ronaldo one of his other videos yet again.
7 days straight, and he didn't know any time.
No phone, nothing.
nothing. No.
All white room.
But where?
There's a white pattern.
I'll show you. It's pretty wild.
It's good.
And when did we upload that video, Tyler? Is that an older one?
How you start to do it this? The videos and the channel? How
Yeah.
long?
Oh yeah, I've been doing this since I was 11. So I've been doing it for 15 years now. This is all I've ever done. Yeah, this is the solitary confinement one. So an entire...
And oh my god, it was painful to watch. It's that cringe moment when you show a friend a video you think is hilarious, but they just stare at the screen, deadpan, and you're like, wait, the funny part's coming. But deep down, you know the funny part already passed. That's exactly what this moment felt like. You could see MrBeast trying to salvage the situation.
False. The correct answer is 1900. And if you want the roof and floor included, then it's 2,860. But more importantly than all of that, according to my stomach, it is time to eat food. If you're wondering how I'm eating during
So it's just me in this white padded room. And I have no clue what time it is.
because the room is
Oh my God.
And soundproof.
And let's be real, whenever MrBeast uploads a new video, don't we all kind of feel like, oh no, what now? He's always pushing himself to the absolute limit. Torturing yourself for content is a vibe, but obviously, we feel bad for him. The whole situation was just one big awkward fest.
And so you just want to feel stimulation, so you start like
Yes,
pinching
yes,
yourself.
yes.
McDonald's here.
And then
As I'm like,
90 hours in.
Wow.
And that's only halfway. So that one was brutal. But like that video, for example, that got 100.
The chemistry just wasn't there. It felt like two completely different planets trying to orbit the same sun.
I knew it was gonna, honestly, I thought you were gonna do like 20, 30 million in the first month. When you did 60, I was like, oh my gosh. Like the most ever gained in a month before you was 20 million. And that was us. So 60 is like, that was insane.
You think I'm gonna beat you?
And people just love it. They love watching me suffer. Whenever Jimmy uploads, you know it's a good day. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's just funny.
Which video you have more views?
The most viewed one is, yeah. So is it Squid Game still? So,
Okay.
yeah, we recreated Squid Game in real life. We got 600 million.
Okay.
I put 100 people in a circle and said whoever left last won $500,000. This is almost on 500 million views. So like this video, 4% of the humans alive have watched. So
Wow.
here, let me just go to the beginning.
I put 100.
So look at that. So
Duquesne? Okay.
Ugh, the laughs. You know, those awkward, forced laughs and smiles they exchanged throughout the podcast.
and it went for weeks.
Okay.
And so people are just like, how long are people just gonna sit in a circle? So that was funny.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's just like cool
What
stuff
is your
like that.
favorite one that you like the most?
Oh boy, I like them all. I mean,
Yeah, painfully awkward. It's like watching two people who've just met at a weird networking event, trying to find something to talk about.
yeah, we did. Oh yeah, this video is the one that broke the internet. This is the most viewed video on YouTube in 24 hours. So no video in the history of YouTube has gotten more views than this in 24 hours. So we grabbed all the biggest YouTubers on the planet and we put them in a
Okay.
big cube. Wait, let me find a wide shot. So these are all really, really famous creators. Like your kids would know all of them. And whereas, I'm trying to find a good shot. It's just, we built a huge cube, put them in there, and then said whoever left last will give one of your subscribers $1 million.
Oh, okay.
And so like everyone was, it'd be like the equivalent of getting like the 50 biggest football players and putting them in a room and then like having them do something. So like it like broke the internet. That video got 70 million views in 24 hours and people loved it.
Now, let's get to water bottles. Yes, water bottles.
Heard this is your water brand?
Yes.
What made you want to do it?
Basically, a good product, a good quality of water for me is the most important. Doesn't matter if it's water or supplements, for example.
Yeah.
If it's nice product, I like to be associated.
Makes sense.
Yes, this is what I think.
They somehow ended up talking about endorsing products, and Ronaldo's take was, if it's a good product, you'd want to be associated with it.
Ronaldo, you're the greatest football player to ever live. You won, what, 5 Champions Leagues, scored more points than everyone else. Why are you now stealing my YouTube world records? Like, don't you have enough records already? Can you let me have the one thing I'm good at, Ronaldo?
Yes, I'll let you have the record.
Oh, you're gonna stop YouTube? No, you're gonna stop?
Yeah, serious.
Makes sense? I don't think anything made sense throughout this whole conversation. Nothing in their conversation made any sense. It was just random topic after random topic with zero flow.
Right now, probably like you, I just work all the time, so I don't really have much time to...
As you say now, that is your first time here in Saudi. I invite you to come to any game that you choose and your time as well, to come to watch a game in the period of Riyadh season, which is the most iconic one, and big events as well.
And then, the grand finale, Ronaldo invited MrBeast to his next game in Riyadh.
Who's your rivals?
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal?
Yes.
All right, boys, let me know when they play Al Hilal.
We play now next month, but after we have the second leg. If you want to come, I invite you.
That'd be fun.
And you will.
And that was it. Yes, that was it. The podcast ended. If you thought you might have missed something profound, let me assure you, you didn't. Apart from the fly, the thumbnail chat, and water bottles, there was literally nothing of substance. It was a 13-minute podcast featuring 2 of the most iconic figures in the world. Naturally, expectations were sky high. I mean, come on, it's MrBeast and Ronaldo. But what did we get? Not much. Sure, no hate to either of them, but fans definitely expected more. Some were just happy to see the 2 legends together in the same room, but for others, this whole thing was a rough watch. It felt like they both wanted to be anywhere else but there.
If I come out here though, you gotta get a dub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry. So I invite you anytime you want. You are very welcome.
Thank you.
And honestly, someone should have given them a heads up or a little prep time. Maybe then, they could have had a few engaging topics lined up. Instead, we got this random mishmash of awkward silences and small talk. But hey, it is what it is. We'll just have to wait for Ronaldo's next game and hope for a surprise. Maybe they've got something up their sleeves for us fans, you know, the people who sat through this podcast. Oh, and guess what? Some fans are already asking for a Messi-Ronaldo collab next, but what do you think? Did this podcast live up to your expectations? Should MrBeast and Ronaldo give it another shot with better prep? Share your thoughts in the comment section below and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more.